one. Hello, everybody. It is time, and it is live here at Mexico for round 4 of the MRL season 13. Let's get into it. I'm not going to go any further. We are at the beautiful Mexico track, 2.6 miles, 17 turns. One of my favorite tracks on this year's game, 2 DRS zones, a very tricky third sector. And who better to commentate over this, what's going to be a crazy race, than your one and only D-Master OG and a new person to the scene, Miller Time. Welcome in to the comm studio. How are you feeling? Give me an insight.
Feeling pretty good today. And I'll tell you one thing, Mexico is a fun track. Can be very tricky, but I do enjoy it. I will say I'm looking forward to see what Tilla can do today. He's been pretty quick. I raced him last weekend. He's pretty fast, so I'm excited to see what he can do today.
100%. I was the commentator last round 3, and I had a big mistake. Nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody knows except the people in the Discord. But I forgot to go live. We're not doing that today. We're actually live. And we're going to get to see Sean Tilla do some magical work here in Mexico. Last time we were here, I think he did pretty decent. But I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into the gameplay because Sean Tilla is actually already out on track. And why can't we see anything? Okay, there you go. Now we can see something. Sean Tilla is actually already out on his first lap. So we're going to watch on board with him while we get settled in.
It looked like he's had a really good sector 1 and see what he... Yep, good exit of that corner into that next DRS zone, which is very crucial to get speed going through here.
100%. That first sequence of chicanes you basically have to nail, or else you're 2/10, 3/10 down for the rest of the lap, and then you kind of feel like you're on a good lap for the rest of it, and then you see your sector 1 time drop and you're like, oh, that's where I'm off.
Exactly. And then coming up through these S's is really important to get through that power, especially coming out of that first square corner. It's really important to get the power down. And let's see how he looks going through the stadium.
Bouncy currently setting our first time of 15.2. As someone who's not been very used to the game, how does that compare to what we're going to be seeing from Tilla here? Comes across the line 14.7. Okay.
Ooh.
Not horrible, not great. Logan actually did beat him out.
Still a lot of time in there. Yeah, Logan got a good lap. There's still a lot of time on the table. Let's see what else we got. Oh, wow.
I'm not too used to seeing these times drop this quickly, but Golden Drift has already beaten out Ferrari. These guys are getting to their laps pretty early. We still got 14 minutes of qualifying left, and we've already got half the grid almost done with their qualifying laps. Next person is going to be, I don't know how to say his name, the Williams driver, Hito. That's how I've been calling him so far. And
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, you try to pronounce that and you tell me you do any better.
Nope, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no. That's the one part about commentary that I love, just trying to find out people's names and saying it 14 different ways every single time. But no, really, 10 people have already qualified so far, and not really that big of a gap. Villeneuve being our slowest driver, and that's only being about 2 seconds off. That's a pretty decent gap for these guys. Let's see. Let's go ahead.
I forgot to ask: is it supposed to rain for the race, or is it going to be a dry race? I'm curious on that, on what their setups are going to be. Are they running a wet setup for quali? I don't know. What I didn't have a chance to see.
Well, we as the commentators have no knowledge of what the race is going to bring. So unless someone in chat or in the race wants to be very generous and tell us, we're going into this blind. And that's one part I love about commentating, because we could be seeing dry running right now and then the race be full wet and we would never know.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Music,
because you have to wonder if it's supposed to rain in the race, if they're running more of a downforce type setup. And that, I mean, the times don't really make sense for that. I mean, a 14.3 is a pretty quick lap for Golden Drift. So I'm just curious if it's supposed to rain or not, which looking like that pace, probably not going to happen.
Well, actually, I have some news for you. Villeneuve in chat says there will be rain for the race.
Oh,
So that is going to be an interesting factor. Maybe Villeneuve being at the back of the pack is not actually just slow.
exactly. Maybe he's setting up for the race. That was what I was trying to figure out right there.
Yeah, and he also says then it's going to finish under the sun. So we're going to have a rain start, and then it's going to dry up through the race. So that is
What
going to
an
be an interesting. Uh,
Definitely, what an interesting race. Okay, I agree with you.
Yeah, me personally, I love to commentate over wet races because it brings out so much more skill to the game, and it's so easy to make a mistake, especially around 90-degree corners, like all of these corners are, to just lose the rear end, have a little twitch, and the walls are not far from these drivers on the track. One little spin and you're into that wall on the right hand side and the left hand side. So,
Especially on this track with the rain in those S's on the backstretch. It
oh
is
man.
tricky. And you're going to burn your tires off. So it's going to make it very, very hard to hold on to a car in the rain. But if you're running the higher downforce, it works out for you. But now we also said it's going to go dry at the end of the race. Who knows what's going to happen?
Right?
Very interesting.
100%. And actually, Eruption is also in chat. And he says, I mean, if it's just in the first laps, then it's not really worth it to go with a wet setup, which is completely true. Which is why I think some of these guys have just gambled to go on some dry setups, even though they see that wet patch at the start.
In my personal opinion, I would definitely do the same. It's not worth running the wet setup, but I wonder if anybody risked running that.
It'll be noticeable once that race start comes, and we're gonna be able to see people struggling or absolutely excelling. Either way, I think they're gonna struggle if it's wet enough, but it's
Yeah.
it's gonna be a very big difference. The wet setup on this game versus the dry is so tricky to drive.
All right, let's see where we got it on. Golden Drift is on an outlap, it looks like.
I'm actually just on board with Kiss My Axe. He's coming into the stadium section now to finish his lap, and Omarmo is just ahead, doing about the same. And Omarmo goes up to 10th position. Let's see where his teammate, Kiss My Axe, is going to be able to put it. Comes to the line, and he is able to put it just ahead of his teammate, Omarmo, in 10th position. Not a lot of people out on track anymore. We got a faster lap time put down by Ferrari Nut, faster than Golden Drift
Wow,
by
that's a
two
good time.
tenths. Yeah,
That's a good time.
he found 3 tenths in his lap, just over. That's a good improvement.
I can tell you from experience, this track has a 13.4, 13.3 in it.
Let's see if I have MRK added. I should. There you go. MRK needed an invite. He had disconnected earlier in the session. I would recommend pulling up the chat just so you can see what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Eruption just said crackheads do 12s. Yeah, I believe it. You're gonna do 12s. Uh,
I can't believe 12 is insane on this track.
I believe it. I'm not gonna tell you I don't. Eruption is gonna be able to do that. I know I wouldn't. That is
Definitely.
kind of insane. It's Miller time. Yeah. Everybody in chat starting to rile up. We got Miller in the box and the Dick Master of the OG. Yep.
MRK's PC crashed apparently.
All right, Eruption. You don't have to absolutely style on us about doing a 12-second banker. All right, bro.
Somebody's got the hacks turned on.
Jesus, it's so nuts. Prediction 13987 is going to be poll here, says Eruption.
See that happening, actually.
I'm going to say we're going to go one lower, and Golden Drift is going to be able to pull out a 1389. 13.9 isn't even far off what we have now. Yeah, 100%. That's 2:10s, and we still got 6 minutes left of time.
Yeah, the track is just getting ready for that type of lap. Let's see what's going on.
Who
Got
is
Golden Drift out there right now.
Yeah, I was actually just about to stay on board with him because it looks like he's gonna come into the pits. He doesn't have enough fuel for a lap, but he is lined up right behind this Ferrari of Gary
It looks like
5000.
Moo is on a lap. Am I wrong on that one?
Bouncy?
Yeah, sorry, Bouncy. I'll say Bouncy.
He is.
Yeah, he's finishing a lap right now.
But it
Or
wasn't
he's starting
valid.
a lap.
He's starting one. He's right behind his teammate too, Villeneuve. So he's gonna get this slipstream down this straight entirely. That is gonna be a huge gain on him. And Villeneuve moves out the way. Incredible teamwork. Now he has to nail this first sector. Goes over the curb well. Second curb not as well. Third curb pretty okay, and invalidates the lap just barely.
Missed that exit. Missed that exit. Got a little overzealous on the throttle there, you would say.
A little bit too much, and as you can see there, he is not happy. He just weaved around.
The displeasure in that one.
100%. As actually, we just saw Edge jump up to third place. He gained 3/10 on his lap, and that's going to put him in contention there for a top 5. I think a lot of people are going to improve. We've got less than half a second distance from P1 to P6. And there you go. Logan improves his time, making it even closer. Half a second between P1 and P6. And then another half a second between P6 and P10. That is pretty tight for Tier 2.
I will agree with you on that one. That is... It's going to make for an interesting race how close they're running to each other. I wonder how they're going to do on their actual race pace.
That is the question that we gotta ask. The important question of race pace versus qualifying pace, especially whenever you have to consider the rain being a vital factor in this race. It's gonna play a huge part, and those who can nail the first laps and get a good start to the race, as long as there isn't a mid-race safety car, those who can use the wet time to their advantage, they will come out on top. And Ferrari Nut has known to be good in the wet. Edge is known to be good in the wet. Logan has been known to just throw himself off every time he can. So I'm going to say that and move on, as I can literally see him. I'm not going to comment. Bouncy is known to do the exact same thing. MP Jacobson doing a really good job to be in P6. Wow. Normbash in P7, Meebinator in P10, and Tilla struggling all the way down in P9.
That's what I was about to say. Our points leader right now, down in P9 on his quali. Interesting. I wonder if he,
Could he be?
Yeah.
Could he be running a wet setup? That is the question.
Only time will tell us.
Only time will tell. And definitely we're gonna be able to see. I'm gonna go on board with Omarmo. He is just now starting a lap. He is one of the only drivers on track. We've got 3 minutes left, and I'm sure these drivers are about to start heading out of this pit lane now for their final run. We have got, what, 5 drivers out on track right now? Jeez.
Ooh.
Little deep.
A little rough in that first corner. Let's see if we can get a good exit here. Good exit.
Yeah. That was not
using
bad.
a little bit of batter. He could have used a little bit more there.
He's saving it.
Ooh.
Little lock up into there, carrying as much speed as he can. I would not go into 4th there, but good traction out of the corner.
There you go. Let's see what he does in here. Is he going to downshift to 5th, or is he going to hold it in 6th? Yep, downshift to 5th.
That was a good corner.
It was.
Let's see what he's going to be able to do.
Oh, he's on the battery already. Wow.
He has to be running a wet downforce setup, because you cannot do that. 2/10 down. Ooh, wow.
Missed that apex.
I thought he was going to go wide into the corner. He was carrying so much speed, but he makes it through, almost invalidates there at the end.
That's a little bit of a decent lap right here.
Let's see, he comes to the line. 14.9, P10.
Wow, I thought for sure couple of those apex he missed right there is what cost him all that time, and we got a bunch of people coming out on track right now.
Yeah, and that first sector looks pretty packed. You're gonna have to find a good slot in that distance so you can get your lap in, not get impeded and or invalidate your lap trying to miss someone out of your way. Kiss My Axe improves his time as well, but just doesn't have enough to beat out his teammate. Just about a tenth behind Omarmo for the time being, and I don't think they're gonna get another lap on the board. That's gonna be their probably final positions here. Two Terms is actually on a lap in the middle of this traffic, so he must have gotten a little unlucky through that second sector. He did improve, so let's see what he's going to be able to do. Currently, our last person who is able to set a lap time comes across the line and puts it P15. Not the improvement he would have wanted, but 6/10 is still a good improvement.
I'd agree with that one.
Just ahead, we're gonna have just behind, we're gonna have everybody starting their laps. One person I want to keep an eye on is Ferrari Nut, our current pole sitter, who is already about a tenth up on his first sector lap time. He's gonna be coming through the second sector now. Gets out of that corner really quickly.
Ooh, good exit.
Really good exit there. Oh
really
my
good.
goodness,
Oh
David
my
Six, he is
goodness.
pushing. He is ready.
Oh.
On the battery, all the way through the
Yeah.
corners. This is definitely a dry setup. He is so fast.
See how he does right here? The stadium section can be very tricky.
That was good. Let's see
Oh, great corner.
see if he can put the power down.
This is going to be a time right here.
He puts the power down beautifully out of the last corner. Comes to the line short, and he does a 13.9. Holy crap, what a lap time. And that is provisional pole for the time being. Golden Drift
got
cannot
Tilla.
beat him out.
Tilla's on a lap right now. It's beautiful corner as well for Tilla. See if he can get anywhere better than 9th.
My goodness. Let's see. Golden Drift comes across the line, and that's going to be the end of his qualifying session. That is only P2 for him. Ferrari Nut doing the job that he needs. The next person across the line is going to be Sean Tilla. Is he going to be able to put the power down? Beautiful last corner.
lap.
Uses all its battery to the line. He does not beat out, but he does get P6. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Bouncy. Right behind him doing a P7 job. And Edge nearly takes pole, but doesn't. Just P2 behind Ferrari Nut for the time being. Is anyone going to have anything else? No, that is going to be the end of qualifying for the Mexico Grand Prix here on Season 13. Ferrari Nut takes an astounding 2/10 lead from the next car, who's going to be Edge. Looked to be Golden Drift, but he got moved down to P3 after invalidating his last lap. Unfortunate for him. Meebinator rounding out our top 4. 2 RB racing cars in the top 5. 2 Kick Sauber cars in the top 5 as well, with MB Jacobson rounding out P5. P6 for Sean Tilla, who is getting a comeback, but not what he would have wanted. Bouncy right behind him in P7. Logan in P8, expecting him to not be there after lap 1. Black Bella in P9. Nornbesh in P10. MRK in P12. And our last points paying position in the race being P12. Omarmo. Pretty good qualifying from him too. As we can see here, how many people use 3 sets of tires expecting it to be wet. Ferrari, Edge, and MB Jacobson use 3 sets in the top 5. Bouncy in P7 as well. So people using all the tires they can.
Well, I mean, burning through the softs, this track isn't necessarily a soft racing type
True.
track. So you want to burn through, you're able to.
True.
Because the mediums and the hards are the race tires. So burning through your softs isn't a bad idea. So maybe the 3-lap strategy to get more comfortable with it is a good call. Even if it is a
100%.
wet race.
100%. Even if it is a wet race, you can just use the medium tire. The medium tire, I think, if I remember right, was like 10% better than the soft. So it didn't really make that big of a difference. But the race is dry. I don't see any clouds.
Can we just go ahead and give B Dunk a shout out right here?
Oh, yeah.
He said, A 13-9. Nailed it. What a
Nailed
call,
it.
right? Nailed it.
Well, Eruption was only what 27 thousandths off of what his prediction was going to be. It was a
It was, yeah.
983. It was a 96 in reality. So
That's crazy. Everybody is just calling that out.
that is kind of crazy, and it's insane. These guys are getting such low times. There was less than a second between the top 10. Absolutely
It's
close.
going to be an interesting race. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Everybody is very close in that top five. You said 6?
Yeah, top 10 within a second.
Wow, this is going to be an interesting race.
100%. And what better way to do it than at Mexico with a really long straight for the first turn and then another really long straight for after a chicane. This is going to be chaos. Do not miss out on it because you're going to want to see these 5 red lights turn on. Rain is at the end, says Villeneuve. Okay, that is going to throw a spanner into the works. 5 red lights are coming on and off. They go for the Mexico Grand Prix. Ferrari Nut gets a good start. Edge doesn't get a bad start either. Golden Drift does get a bad start. And Meebinator's already on his outside. Looking further back, we're almost 3 wide. We are 3 wide, nearly 4 wide. Going into the first turn, Edge is on the inside. And Ferrari Nut has to give way for Edge. Edge on the outside, now makes the inside. And Edge takes the lead of the race. Going a little wide, and there must be an incident further back. There's 3 wide going further here. What racing just happened? 3 wide further down the straight. And we have a virtual safety car.
I don't see any incidents back there. I wonder why that was called. I was
MRK.
looking in the back of the field. Oh.
MRK must have spun or something. Something must have happened because I saw that yellow instantly get thrown out at the back of the field. Well, that is a change for the lead, and Edge takes P1 provisionally on Ferrari Nut. Golden Drift stays in his position, same does Meebinator, Bouncy moves up 2 positions in front of both Tilla and MB Jacobson.
Wow.
A good launch from Bouncy in the McLaren. Now Tilla did go back 1 spot. That is still the place you want to be. You don't really want to be in first here at Mexico. You don't really want to be in the middle of the pack, but if you had to be anywhere, I'd say P4 to P5 is where you'd want to be.
Yeah, especially with the DRS straight. You kind of want to sit back in that DRS.
Yeah.
And you want to let them pull you around the track. And I agree with you tenfold on that one. Is you don't necessarily want to be in the catbird seat right there. Like, really, you're just, the sharks are behind you, just ready to eat you if you're in the lead. Unless you can pull a gap through the other sectors 2 and 3, which is kind of tough, especially on new tires.
We are green. We are green. And the front 2 are gone. Edge is 5/10. Golden Drift is 8/10 back from Ferrari Nut. The front 2 got a great restart from the rest of the pack. I don't think it's going to matter too much since CRS is enabled and they're going to get DRS down after the S's. That's still going to be a big gap that they're going to have to keep. Golden Drift has to keep pushing up to these guys. They are, oh, never mind. Golden Drift just caught 3/10. I think Ferrari must have made a mistake. Still, DRS enabled. This is going to be where they need to just stick together, not make any incidents happen, and try to make it to the end of the race. As I can see Logan just getting a little impatient on Tilla, as he did make it through lap 1, so that is an improvement. I'm sorry, I'm giving all the hate to Logan today. Last time out, I saw him spin a couple of times, and it was pretty funny, so I was trying to call it this time, but actually, Tilla lost DRS, and Logan's going to get an easy overtake.
It's just going to eat him up in that DRS.
3 wide. 3 wide behind.
3 wide right there.
Down the inside, goes 2 turbs. On Omarmo, makes a move. Stick, and Bella.
What a move.
What a move for Bella. He's still sticking it.
Wow.
He's there. He's around the outside using all his battery, and he gets past Omarmo. Omarmo down the inside's trying to keep it stick. Makes a little contact on the side pod of Bella, but that's still the move done by Bella. What a move.
What
on the hard
place to go 2 wide. I'm amazed.
Gary just tried to do the same thing on Omarmo as well. Now they're going side by side. Labib and Gary, what is going on back here for P13 and P12? These guys have wing damage too. What? Gary has front
Gloves are
wing
off
damage.
back there.
Yeah, these guys are going nuts. You can go watch the front. I'll keep an eye on these guys for a second. They are hard fighting.
It's hard to go look at the front. I was too excited watching that.
This is about to be a straight to watch. They are within 3/10 of each other. From P14 to P16, they're within 3/10. DRS is going to be enabled on this straight. Are we going to go 3 wide? Looks like Osmari's saving battery. Ron Swanson is not using his battery. Same with Villeneuve, trying to make it move stick, but everybody having DRS is going to make it a little challenging. And that means nobody makes a move, but a lot of people had that overspeed. Hito has so much battery left. He's at over 80% battery, while the guys in front of him are around 50. That is good battery saving here. Oh, look, two Turbs is around. Oh, and he makes contact with Kiss My Axe, rejoining. No, that is not what you would have wanted to see. And Kiss My Axe gets a penalty for cutting the corner after that. That has to be investigated. It probably can't be taken off because they haven't made a pit stop, and he's going to have to serve that. Unfortunate.
I think we're going to see a little bit of a battle for the lead coming onto this DRS straight.
Let's see
Edge is really close to Ferrari, but Ferrari got a really good exit. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to catch him here, but last lap around, he was right there. He was looking for it. So we'll see what happens.
That gap is so huge. 9/10 to gain is a big gap. Plus, Ferrari is out of battery. You can see him blinking there, and Edge has over 60%. This, as little as it seems to have no battery around here, with 3 DRS straights, that is huge.
It's huge because this track kind of requires a higher downforce, and you cannot rebuild battery as quickly as you want. So when you burn your battery as much as Ferrari Nut's doing, you can't rebuild it as quickly and as efficiently as you think you can. So him going as low as he is right now is just setting him up more for Edge to catch him.
Edge just had a huge snap through the S's. That lost him just about a 10th in there, and he's losing more time. He's burned 20% battery just to keep in DRS. That's how bad of a snap it was. But you're completely right. The not having DRS, plus this being such a weird track where you need the downforce, but at the same time you can't really have it because of the big long straights, makes that battery replenish so difficult.
Edge is out of the DRS.
But he's still got it.
He's still in. I'm sorry.
He's still got it. It's okay. This is a double DRS zone, so you do not get to... down the inside. It goes Edge. Ooh, that was way too close for comfort.
These guys are going at it right now. I am impressed.
3/10 between the top 3 drivers in this race so far. Not too far behind. Meebinator and Bouncy staying in that DRS, just trying to hold on. By the way, let's go look at the tires real quick. The top 5 are all on different tires. We've got Ferrari Nut and Edge on mediums, and we've got Golden Drift and Meebinator on hard tires. Half the grid has chosen hards, half the grid has chosen mediums, as we have an MRK disconnection from the server on not what you would have wanted to see. These guys are really getting it. They're about to go 3 wide on this straight. Golden Drift is really close to Edge here, and Edge with that DRS is going to have so much more speed than Ferrari. What is going to happen into the first turn? Golden Drift really close to Edge. Is Edge going to make a move on Ferrari? Is Golden Drift going to make a move on Edge? Golden Drift going to the outside on Edge, closing up on Ferrari very quickly. Does not choose to make a move on Ferrari, but does make the move stick on Edge really cleanly. Now he's going to have to put his eyes forward and get his move on the hard tires. These hards, what do you think the crossover is? Right around lap 10, I'm guessing?
On the hards, you could go most of this race on the hards. Now the mediums, I will say the crossover is around 10, but hards, probably much farther. I mean, it's an interesting move to start on the hards because the mediums are getting ready to go. On
Right.
the hards, he's going to be able to run much longer. I'm interested on what that strategy is going to pull out because the mediums don't last that long. So expect Golden Drift to run very long, and the fact that he's able to keep up on the hards means that he's got a lot of pace.
Uh-oh. We've got a spun true terms on in the stadium section, and this is not going to be good for our race leaders who are just about to come up to him. He's trying to stick to that right-hand side, but now he's going to be in the middle of the corner, and True Terms is literally in the middle of the corner trying to stay away from the race leaders, and that has caught up Meebinator to this pack, and now we're 4 ways to the lead, and this is going to be a huge move from Edge all the way from third all the way into first, side by side with Golden Drift, going side by side. Edge takes P2, Golden Drift takes the lead of the race. Meebinator sticks behind his teammate, and Ferrari lost 3 positions on that straight by not having DRS. That hurts so much to see as we have chat going crazy over Edge and the V-Card boys. Absolutely clap up to them. What a move from Edge there to go 3 wide.
That's 3 wide. That is wild.
With his teammate, by the way. That's what
Well,
makes it even better.
I remember last season with the V Carbs. There's no team orders in that team.
Oh no, Golden Drift! He got a 3-second time penalty.
No.
That's gonna ruin him.
That's gonna ruin him because he can't pull away. If he could break DRS, then maybe he can pull away and get that gap covered. But I don't think it's gonna happen because Edge and Meebinator are right there. And believe me, I've raced with Meebinator before. He is pretty quick.
Yeah, 100%. I was racing him last season, and he is fast AF, boy. And
Agreed.
Further back, we've got just packs of people racing. And side by side, Meebinator and Edge are going to switch positions. But further back, we're going to have a little bit of a contest for this P13 spot. Ron Swanson is going to have the DRS, and he's going to go to the inside. His teammate's going to give him a tow, and Gary is flashing. He doesn't have any more battery left. Side by side, Ron Swanson and Labib. Labib are on the outside, but Swanson has the faster car, and he goes through the corner just so much better. Gets the run out of the corner, and Labib's already struggling. He's already getting pushed by the 2 Williams. Now Ron and Gary will switch positions as I think they realize who's the faster driver in this situation. Gary 5000 now, his job is to keep the 3 cars behind. Labib struggling out of these corners. His mediums probably aren't feeling great, as actually I was looking at chat. They said that mediums die after 5-6 laps, so they're already extending these mediums out, and actually that would make sense since Golden Drift and Meebinator are both leading the race on the hard tires. Edge and Ferrari Nut are staying back, just hanging on to that DRS as long as they can on the mediums, and Logan is actually catching up slightly to the front runners.
So you got to watch this coming up here. Meebinator is probably going to go for the pass. And he does. And he nails it. Meebinator's got a lot of pace up there.
Yeah. Ferrari Nut gets past Edge, swapping positions, just being smart. Ferrari Nut and Edge are 2 of the smartest drivers I feel on this grid. I've raced them a bunch over the last 5 seasons I've been here in MRL, and they are super smart. They're good racers, but there's contact, and Ferrari... What did I say? Why did I say it? That just happened right in front of my eyes, and Ferrari Nut must have had something happen. He lost the rear end.
He just locked up into the corner. I was watching him. Those mediums must be going. He just
locked up.
Driving him. He just locked up and spun the rear.
That lost him a lot of time too.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
10 laps on the mediums is what we're noticing with the media for crossovers when they start getting really dicey.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Edge is not putting really up any fight to the top 2. He's just sticking with them. He is close, but he's not the type of close that Golden Drift is, where he is putting actively that pressure on Meebinator. Like right now, going to the inside on Meebinator, getting the DRS, and he's going to have that move sewed up. Is Edge going to get past Meebinator here? I don't think so. I think he's going to stick back and just wait for his mediums to be on a crossover point, as we actually have Ferrari Nut come into the pits for hard tires.
I think he overheated his tires.
Oh, and there's Bouncy. Bouncy spins it into turn one. He has to get out of the way for the next car, and that's going to be Chantilla. He does get out of the way for Chantilla. Now Bouncy gives way to all four of those drivers, and he loses out all the way down to P10 from P6. This is why the medium tires are not very good here. 10 laps
No,
in,
they
and
are
we're
not.
having people spinning into these corners, into these 90-degree corners. Super tough.
That S section really puts a lot of wear on those mediums, and then you start losing your braking points and everything. So it's making it very. Everybody's messing up in weird areas now because the mediums are gone.
Yeah. And if I was on the mediums, even if this rain is going to come in a couple of minutes, because I can see some clouds very far away, but I would just be switching onto the hards at this point. I don't think there's a point. As actually we see Edge come into the pits. He's listening to my my call outs. He's coming into the pits for that hard rubber tire, and he's going to go to the rain or to the end of the race, because this would probably be regular pit stop time.
I would agree with you tenfold on that one there, because hards will last a long time on this track. But also what you're saying is that all the front runners running on the hards try to push as long as you can until the rain. If it does come, I mean, it's kind of a gamble.
It is. That's
got a little bit of a battle. We got a battle up here. Meebinator just passed for first.
Oh, Bella is going on the outside of Chantilla as well. He does make that move stick. We've got a very slow Omarmo in front of these three hard runners, and I don't think they're very happy about it. They're kind of accordigating. I don't know how to say that word, if it's even a word, behind this car. They are so slow. He is losing tenths per yeah, that one. He is losing tenths per quarter behind this car, and as we see, Villeneuve goes to the inside. Is Black Bella gonna do the same? No, he's gonna wait till the DRS straight, or is he gonna do it down here into the stadium section? Nope, smart. He stays behind. Yeah, the stadium section is not it.
Yeah, it's a rough area. Up here way in the front, you look at Golden Drift and Meebinator pulling away from the pack. And they are just DRS swapping right now, so that means they're just going to pull even farther.
Yep, and they're keeping a good battery consistency, so they're going to be fine once they start pitting and they have to come in. We've got a spun car of Kiss My Axe, and nobody around him right now. No, he has a puncture.
A puncture?
Wait. I thought I just saw what looked like a puncture graphic, but it isn't. He doesn't have a puncture.
That's those medium tires.
I was a little scared for a sec. 7 laps on these medium tires, so he did pit early. Still, they're not doing good. They're probably overheated after that spin, and he comes into the pit expecting the same thing. Oh, okay. I don't think he's too happy. He just got a speeding penalty and retired in the pits. Retired. Yep. Exactly.
That was, as some people call, a rage quit.
Yeah, that is exactly what that was. No, Kiss My Axe is not known to do that very often, unless he's at the back and there's nothing you really. Yeah, 100%. When you're at the back, you spin. Yeah. It just doesn't feel like it's worth it until lap 25, and then there's a safety car, and you're like, dang. I would have been in this race.
I should have been up there, but it happens. I've had races like that. You've had races like
100%.
that.
Oh my goodness, that could have been calamity. Why is he on the track? Why he stopped in the middle of the track? He stopped in the middle of the track.
Is there a glitch? Why did he stop?
What is this? Why is he? Okay, he's gone. We gotta love EA, guys.
Yeah, exactly. They nail it. They're on top of their game. Nothing is ever wrong with the servers. I say this because last season, if everybody out there listening, I was very unfortunate with my connection issues.
EA, only EA things. But what is good is that the rest of this lobby is still running. We didn't have a horrible crash on that main straight because of it, and we're able to continue racing and not have someone just throw in a steward's request. Hey, this is horrible. That glitch happened in Tier 2 in Hungary, or Tier 3. Is MRK back in the session?
Yeah, I believe he's back.
Okay.
I sent him a few invites to get back.
Cool, cool, cool. Omarmo comes into the pits, releases those hard tire runners into clean, fresh air, ready to put some good laps down. But let's be real, nobody's catching up to Meebinator or Golden Drift. They are just pulling
Oh, they are
away.
running away with this. And it looks like I think Meminator's playing the smart game, he doesn't really want to battle with him because Golden Drift has that 3-second time penalty.
Yup, 100%. And even if he does have this 3-second time penalty, I think he's going to settle in for second place and say, if this is what I have to do and just claim second because of this early mistake, he's going to accept it and just keep working with Mabinator. There isn't really a downside to working with somebody that you're leading with. It's just really helping you out, pushing further up ahead. MRK having some more connection issues here, and this is actually going to affect the race leaders because he's right there. He is still on the racing line and just ahead of him, Golden Drift. Okay, that didn't end as badly as I thought, but Golden Drift now has the slipstream from Labib back there. He's not going to get the move done. Is Labib going to give way to the leaders, even though he does see the blue flags? Let's see.
So coming from Bum right now, with the issue with the connection is when MRK came back into the lobby, he could not take control of his car. So that was the issue.
Yep, and as PMW Bum says, MRK is cooked.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to shake up the championship a decent amount because Tilla is still back there in 7th.
Oh, we got a safety car because Villeneuve spun. Villeneuve spun into the wall. Into the wall of turn 2. That is exactly what I was saying. These 90-degree corners, you have to be so careful.
His completely gone.
And that is a full safety car. That's a full safety car.
Oh, this is going to shake up a lot.
Yes! This is what we want.
The front runners are on hards. Do you want to stay? Because this is too soon to go on mediums. What decisions are they going to make now? I mean, you have to go on the mediums, but they're not going to last.
This is perfect for both Ferrari Nut and Edge. They had just pitted 5 laps ago onto fresh tires, and everybody else around them is on 15-lap-old hards. Meebinator comes into the pits. Golden Drift stays out. Logan stays out. Meebinator. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Not Meebinator. MB Jacobson comes into the pits as well. Meebinator goes on to mediums. Meebinator on the medium tires. What is MB Jacobson going to do?
It looks like somebody commenting, rain will be in about 9 laps as well.
That's going to be a yellow snowman. Just so you know, that is good information to have. 9 laps out for rain. Mediums will make it.
Yes, exactly. That means this is going to be a very interesting finish to this race. I don't think we're going to see the top runners where we are seeing them right now at the end of this race.
No.
Because it's going to get interesting.
No. This has directly influenced the race. The top 3 decided to stay out. Even though they had a free pit stop, they did stay out. That means Golden Drift, Logan, and Black Bella are going to be on the back foot for 8 laps. And by the way, Gary 5000 on intermediate tires, what is he cooking? Ferrari strats on point. Vita, you are so wrong for that. Perfect. You're right.
Beautiful saying. I really enjoy that one.
That is not part of my script. Oh god. I love Yellow's comment. This is not a part of my script. Back to the race. We're gonna have Meebinator leading us away on Meebinator is going to be the leader of the fresh tire runners. Edge is... Ferrari now comes into the pits on the medium tires. What are you throwing, bro? What are you doing? You just lost 5 positions for that. Why? You had good tires.
I wonder if he had wing damage or something like that. Why would he didn't change a wing? What
No,
is he doing?
this
What
just
was he?
he's throwing harder than me at Hungry, says Bob.
Uh,
What?
even wow. Let's this race. This race is turning into the most unpredictable what is going on type race. I am extremely happy that I'm here to commentate for my first race in this this is crazy.
So I'm gonna let you know this is every race ever. Um,
Well, normally I'm the one in the race. This
Yeah.
is the first time I've commentated it, and I don't see this stuff in the back.
no, you do
I'm
not
sorry.
see this stuff.
I'm not saying I'm that quick. I don't mean to.
No, I feel like this is a staple of MRL at this point. Mid-race safety car. I literally said it in the middle of the race when Kiss My Axe retired. I said, "Look, you shouldn't retire because there's gonna be a safety car." And then there was like 4 laps later.
Uh, I just love, by the way, how Mexico has the stadium corners. That is such an awesome place to have corners that look so cool. I just want to always say that it's such a cool track.
Me personally, I don't like the layout of like Sector 2. Sector 2
Yeah.
feels weird, but I like the design aspect of Mexico. Like there's tracks like Singapore where the track is cool, the outside track is cool, but the track itself is kind of boring. Like Singapore, driving it's not really that fun. This is I feel like the same way. Looking outside, it looks really cool, and actually you can look up now and there's some more clouds, so this might be a little closer than we would have expected.
Oh, it's
But-
because we're under
Safety car.
Safety car. It's bringing that rain closer.
Yeah.
So maybe Golden Drift out there on the hards is a good call, but they didn't really lose that much time on the mediums on the pit because of everything. This is just going to be because if you look at Meebinator on the newest fresh tires, he's not going to be able to gain as much as he wants before the rain comes.
He will.
That means
no. I don't know. He's against 18-lap old hards. He is gonna cook these guys off the line.
I think what I meant to say was he's not going to get that big of a lead.
Correct.
Before the rain comes. Obviously, he's going to be quick enough to get up there, but I don't know if it's going to be as big of an impact because of the rain coming.
I feel like you're right. That's the thing. Like, the rain looks to be 5 laps out. Safety car is going to be in this lap, so we are going to get racing very, very shortly. And we had Gary 5000 go back into the pits and switch off of the intermediate tires, but Normbash kept it alive, and he is going to be the one on intermediate tires. What are we going to be able to cook on these old tires for the top 3? What is Meebinator,
what is
Edge,
going
and
on right there?
It's just Baku. It's not Baku. It's just the stadium section, Mexico. We are go. Golden Drift has gone and actually got a pretty good start from P3 and back. Normbash gets a 3-second time penalty.
Logan's gonna stick his nose in there.
Oh, Logan is taking the lead of the race very early on, using a lot of battery. And just behind, we're going to have a 2x2 with Bouncy and MB Jacobson into the first corners. And they do not get a good exit out of there. As you can see, Meebinator's already a second ahead of him. And that's going to be Tilla going down the inside of Bouncy and MB Jacobson. Now they're on the outside for this corner. Turns to the inside, and he makes the move stick. Wonderful move. And Bouncy tried the switchback, but there's just no room on there. Wow, what a move from Tilla. 2-1, back up to 6th place. And now he's going to use all the tire grip that he has to get back up there. Meebinator lost the position to his teammate on the harder tires. And now he's trying to get the move done. And there must have been some contact. Black Bella had a huge snap. Or maybe the tires aren't warmed yet. But Black Bella loses 2 positions there. And now down the inside goes Tilla on Black Bella as well. Now, Black Bella's lost 4 positions in one straight. That is not what he would have wanted. Now Meebinator and Edge are up to P3 and 4, going on to DRS enabled lap. Not this first straight, the second straight. Nobody has ERS. What am I looking at? Nobody saved
Oh
any
my
ERS
goodness.
this lap.
They're racing to the rain, it looks like. They're trying to get their position for the rain, is what I can tell.
100%. Further back, Black Bella struggling
Is that
with
rain?
MB
Do I see
Jacobson.
rain on my
That's
screen?
rain. That's a lot of rain, too. That is a lot of rain instantly. You are so right.
Goodness. This race is insane.
This is crazy. Rain has started coming down onto the track, and you can see the drivers starting to struggle. What happened?
Not Meminator.
Edge. Oh, nearly contact between Edge and Bouncy, and there's a huge slide from Black Bella, and that's a collision behind. Black Bella went all the way down to P14. P15 broke his wing, and I'm surprised that's not another safety car, but this is already time for inters. This is already time for inters. Normat switched back from the inters. That is so unfortunate.
The aggression coming out of Tilla back here is insane, by the way. I don't know if you're watching. And they're sliding into the... Oh my gosh, look at this!
Barely enough room from Edge and Tilla. They're still racing into the stadium section. Everybody's coming into the pits. There's no way you're not. Drift.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we got two wide going into the pits.
Oh my goodness. Bouncy nearly made a double overtake into the pits, and I would have kissed him on the lips if he would have made that shit happen. Oh my god, that would have been insane. What just happened on this second lap of the restart?
Oh, it is pouring too. This rain
so
is hitting.
There's already puddles. There's already puddles. Look at this pit lane.
Makes me wonder. That makes me wonder why Tilla was so far in the back. Was he running a wet setup, ready for this to happen? Does Tilla have the pace? Was he ready for the rain? Because he was farther back than I anticipated.
Side by side, Ferrari Nut and Hito going into turn one. Hito gets the worst line into the corner, and Ferrari Nut makes that move stick beautifully. Now he's going to have to look for Tilla, and he's going to have to go forward as much as he can. He has the most battery out of these three guys, but he is so far back from the leaders that I don't think it even matters. Like,
oh no, we got a lot of race. If he has the setup, we saw it from Bum the race before. He was able to run down 4 seconds on the guys because he had a better setup.
That is true. Wait, this is just switched up so hard. Logan is cooking. Logan is actually cooking Golden Drift here. He's pulling away so fast. Yeah, he has no battery, but... What? Oh no, that's another 3 second for Golden Drift, and that means Meebinator is still in prime spot to win this race.
Oh my goodness. This is an exciting race. I can't tell you what's going to happen next because I've never been able to predict or figure out what's going to happen. This is crazy.
We're not going to be able to predict it. Rain races, they're very unpredictable. What I can assure you is we're going to have a fight for P9 here. Edge and MP Jacobson going side by side. Edge was at one point in P3 in this race. Now he's fighting for P9. This is not what he would have wanted, but he does have the insight on MP Jacobson, and he's going to have a lot of traction through there. MP Jacobson had to pull out of the corner and give way for Edge. He did not get the best run out of there. Now Edge is going to have to keep climbing his way back up there to catch back up. Do you think he's going to be able to get back up to Tilla?
I don't think so. I don't know. The way he was running, I don't think he is fully set up for anyway in the rain unless he put some front wing into that. Let's see how he goes to these corners. He's pretty stable. I think he can actually with how he's running if he doesn't burn off those tires.
Oh my goodness. Just ahead there's some impatience going on with Ferrari Nut and Tilla. Oh my god, there's the impatience coming back to bite Ferrari Nut, getting a 3 second time penalty because he couldn't get off of the rear wing of Tilla. You need to back up, brother. You cannot be running that close.
I know what he's thinking in his head right now. He's getting overtaken. Edge is moving right now.
The switchback. The switchback. Ain't no way. Oh. I almost
this is doing is working until his favorite so he can break it, but he is losing a lot of time to the people in front because Logan is still just pulling away up there.
I almost just stood up in my chair after seeing Edge just dive it on Ferrari Nut. It is full wet conditions. It is pouring rain. These guys are struggling to get out of these corners. It is just sliding. You can see it from the outside camera. They are just slightly sideways
Oh,
out of
Ed is
every
going for the
corner.
pass on Tilla.
Oh
And
my.
he gets it clean.
This is really good performance from Edge. We've known that Edge is not a big qualifying guy. He is the race guy, and he is absolutely doing the work. Down the
And we
inside
got
goes
another
Ferrari
cross.
Nut. Wow, that is not the move you want to make into that corner. Around the outside now for Ferrari. He's not going to be able to do anything here, but he does get the better run out of the corner. Now he's putting all the pressure on Tilla. Tilla does not seem to be comfortable in these conditions. Like you see, Edge is pulled away a second and a half already from him. Tilla needs to pick it up, or
Uh,
he might not be on the right setup. That's what it
I
could
think
be.
I think I was wrong on that call. I thought he was set up
Ooh,
more for rain.
wow, what a
Maybe he
move
just
from
doesn't have pace
Ferrari.
here. By the way, it only took one lap from
Yeah,
when you asked me when do you think Edge can catch Tilla? Well, we got answered in one lap.
yeah.
Edge is flying right now.
Edge is flying, Ferrari is flying, Mabinator and Bouncy going side by side into turn one. Just got the last end of that. Edge and Ferrari are absolutely cooking. Ferrari's catching up to Edge tenths per corner, and Edge is actually catching up to the guys ahead every corner as well. So they are pushing forward here, and that is great to see. Further back, we're gonna have a side by side with Villeneuve and MB Jacobson. Are they gonna make a move stick? No. Okay.
By the way, up in the front, Golden Drift has taken a second out of Eaton or of Logan's lead. He's down within a second on him. He is gaining on him. It looks like Golden has some pace. I don't know if he burned all his battery. I can't really see that. But he's losing time right now. I take that back.
Um, Battery percentages is about 20% in the favor of Golden Drift.
So Golden is seeing him.
Oh.
I guarantee he's gonna burn on this front stretch to try to catch him more.
So one thing, as Logan is really unsteady. I'll tell you this from someone who literally used to coach Logan, and I love the guy. He does a lot of hard work. He practices a lot, but his driving style is so unique. He just throws it into the corner and does not really care if the rear slides. He just catches it, and it's working out for him right now with this really rear heavy car. You can just see him throw it into the corner, and it just sticks.
So me and Logan had the same driving style.
Well, I feel like
Fortune
Logan
favors the brave.
Oh, 100%. I feel like every time I coached Logan, he would just be turning into the corner so aggressively. On dry conditions, you can't really do that because you have to be smoother. In these conditions, he is just cooking.
It's like driving a dirt car now. Some rally racing, if you would. Just
And he's doing
gotta-
a really good job at it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, he's holding Golden Drift back. Every time I think Golden Drift is going to catch him in a corner or get up within that fighting range, Logan sends it into a corner harder than you would think. I mean, look at the speed he was carrying through. Let's see if him go into the first turn. I watched him last time. He was four-wheel drifting into it with confidence, which is insane in my opinion, because to get the car to drift all four tires at the same time, yet still know how to get it to hook up is wild.
Yeah.
That is an interesting skill to have.
It's a scary skill to have because you're
Yeah.
out of control and you're trying to keep it
goes.
in. Oh my goodness, that is
Oh,
so
the
scary.
confidence in that.
He just
That is wild.
I loved seeing from the outside where the car is just pitching from right to just fully turning left. That is so scary. It's so insane that these cars have this much downforce where you can just pitch it into the corner and just correct as you're going, and you're just it sticks.
And just know it's gonna stick, which I don't know if you know.
Oh,
More of just like living on a prayer.
living on a prayer.
Some Bon Jovi in here into that corner.
Oh, we stopped bouncy there. Have a little spin. out of turn 6, so that is not going to help his tire temperature. Actually, I think right now it is so wet, you can't even get temperature into these tires. I don't even see a dry line forming.
No, I don't either, which is kind of wild. Which means that they're not going to wear out as hard.
But it also means they're not going to
But
give as much grip.
yeah, it makes me wonder. I don't think anybody would pit right now, but if a caution were to come out, would you go to full wets?
I personally don't think the full wets is worth it on this year's game, but
100% agree with you.
man, what the frick did I just see from Ebinator? He comes out of the final corner, fully counter steering it, and then catches it still fully on the gas. I'm like, dude, you're insane.
Can we talk about the positions gained by Meebinator?
Let's go ahead and do that real quick, cause
Where did he start the safety, or when they pitted? Where was he at?
I could not
Wasn't
tell
he in
you.
like, I'm gonna say he was back in 8th or 9th, maybe even 7th. I'm not 100% sure, but up to a podium position. Can Meebinator is driving the wheels off his car right now.
I don't think Meebinator was one of the ones who pit.
Oh, I think we're talking about Edge. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're
Same
good.
car.
Same car. I'm trying to remember who was up front. It was Logan Golden Drift
It's
and who else was it that didn't pit under the first caution when they were on hards? Bouncy?
It was no gold. I know Golden Drift was. I'm still amazed that Golden Drift cannot catch Logan right now because the
Yeah.
way Logan is just driving is very impressive. And we're winding down the laps. We're getting towards the end here, and Logan is still holding off Golden Drift.
Yeah. 8 laps to go once they've crossed the line, and still a second separating P1 and P2. Logan and Golden Drift miles away from the next car, by the way. Meebinator cannot keep up. There's no way. Meebinator's 8 seconds back, but
And he's dropping time.
yeah, but he still has a chance to get P2 here if Golden Drift gets another 3 second time penalty.
Oh, it's true. It's very true. I mean, it's in the rain. It's very easy to do.
Yeah. Especially on these corners where you like I'm looking at his onboard right now, Meebinator's onboard. I can't really tell where these curbs are. I know you're basically driving off of instinct and most of these guys have their driver line on, but I can't tell where the edge of the track is. Oh, little slidey out of there. Yeah, there is no chance for position changes in the top 5 here because either of the two penalties or distance on track to each other. The only one who's going to be changing a position is going to be Ferrari Nut and Edge, as Ferrari Nut still has his 3 second time penalty. Actually, Bouncy is going to go down a lot of spots because he has a 9 second time penalty, so he's going to go down to probably P6, maybe even
Wow.
P7 if Tilla can catch a little bit more time.
Golden Drift with a 6. That's crazy. So even if Golden Drift were to get in front of Logan, Logan just needs to keep his
Yeah.
tires underneath him, and this race is his.
Yep.
As B Dunk said, having Logan winning a race is on his bucket list.
Bro, I cannot lie, I was shitting on Logan, but he is cooking. Mind my language, but like, I was giving him a lot of backlash at the start of this race, and now I'm kind of going back on it because he's leading this race and he's set to win in 6 laps. So,
That's the thing with Tier 2 is you never know what's gonna happen.
oh man, I love Tier 2. I love this.
It was
Villeneuve,
like Tier 4 last season. You never know what's gonna happen.
tier money. We gotta love tier money. He's been getting shit since season 11. You know what? You'd be right, Vita, because that was me giving him the shit then too.
It's all love in the fam.
Of
In the
course.
curb, everybody fam.
I wouldn't be coaching the guy if I didn't like him, so
Wow, he's pulling time on Golden Drift too. He is running away.
oh, Edge just messed up. He's no longer gonna get that. But talking about Logan real quick, do you think he's listening to what we're
I
saying?
hope he is. I hope he is. Because we're boosting his ego very hard. We're saying, never expected this from him. It's awesome. I mean, look at him driving. He is full commitment, full sends. I am blown away with his confidence he has. Look at that.
He usually has the stream up while he races. Well, if you do have your stream up, Logan, I'm just gonna ask of you one thing. I've known you for like a year and a half, 2 years now. Please don't do a Logan. Please. That's all I'm asking. Don't do a D Master. Don't do a Logan. We'll be good.
I'm glad to hear that there's other friend groups that do the same thing. Because it's me. It's normally don't pull a Cody. Sorry, pull a Miller. And use too much throttle and spin yourself out in the lead.
I did that the other day. Every time I make a mistake, B-Dunk will always get on me. Oh, it's a D-Master moment. Yep. Yes, it is.
Those friend groups are everywhere. I know there's other ones out there. I just find it funny.
Oh, yeah. We love to have fun here in MRL, and having fun is what it's all about. Actually, Logan just pulled another 8 tenths from Golden Drift. So he is actually cooking. And I can start seeing a dry line now, even though the rain looks like it's getting heavier.
It is. It's raining sideways, as somebody I heard once say.
It's raining sideways. That is insane how much rain there is. And they're still like forming a dry line now. That's kind of cool. 4 laps left.
Wow.
Logan just decimating his competition. Golden Drift not really able to keep up.
No, he's at losing time, actually.
Yeah, Meebinator doing the same, just trying to stay in front of Bouncy as much as he can. There was no. Wait. What just happened? I just saw a yellow flag. Was that Meeb? It was Meebinator. Okay, I thought it was Logan for a second. I was gonna have a heart attack.
Why would you say that out loud? You made me panic.
I just saw a yellow flag and a blue car off, and I'm like, wait, don't tell me. No, now this is actually gonna get interesting because Meebinator has Bouncy right behind him. Not gonna do anything because of his penalty, but he might lose another position if he does make another mistake like that.
As Bums just said on the chat.
Calm curse?
Is it a calm curse?
I don't think so, because I'm trying to curse Logan. I'm not trying to curse Meebinator.
Well, we were just talking about Logan for a while. It's like we're putting it into the air.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Have you ever... You've watched Mage's stream, right?
No, I don't think I have.
You need to watch one of Mock Mage's stream. He has a curse counter down in the bottom left, and he literally keeps track of how many he does. So it's pretty funny. I literally had it like 3 times in one race, and I could not forgive myself. Him and Zyros, yeah, that's funny. Him and Zyros was funny, but what isn't funny is freaking Logan just cooking.
Everybody's getting time penalties left and right here.
Is that gonna be enough? Let's put it to leader. It is not enough for Bouncy to lose the position to Villeneuve, but it's gonna be close.
Wow.
He needs one more, and then he's over that 15-second difference from Villeneuve to Bouncy.
If Ferrari Nut can count or catch up a little, yeah.
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can either. Everybody's struggling right now because now the tires are shot.
Yeah. After what, 15 laps, 12 laps?
Oh, he's in that. Okay.
Oh, Norbash goes on to some wet tires.
Interesting. A little late for that call.
Yeah, very late for that call. Actually, I want to just say this real quick. Logan started this race in P8. That is insane. He's not even the most improved driver of this race. That's going to be Hito. Hito has gone up 9 positions in this race. Same with Ron Swanson, 8 positions right in front of him. But Logan, from P8 to P1, absolutely cooking. You cursed Miller at Coda to get me the W last season. Thanks for that.
Wait, what?
Apparently,
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember anything of
I
last season.
spun from the lead. I spun from the
Oh
lead.
no! I must have done some. I must have done something wrong. That's funny.
It's all right. I made
It,
up for it from a last to first, so I'll take that.
oof. Last to first is crazy, especially in tier 4, tier money. I
Logan
loved
is
it.
still putting time on Golden Drift.
Yeah, 2 laps
He
to
doesn't
go.
even need a push. He doesn't even need a push right now. He just needs to drive Miss Daisy right now. Just finish the race.
Can you really tell a driver not to push though?
No, 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 no.
Like I'm a very I love to be in team chat with my team and have like a race engineer. They tell me I'm in the lead by 10 seconds to not push. I'm just
I
not
want to make
listening
it
to them.
15 seconds. I want
Yeah.
to make it 15 seconds. Like,
Every
oh, you're in the lead by 10. Relax. I'm like, well, no, I want it 15 seconds. I want people to know
I'm
where I'm at.
so glad you share this common belief with us. Every racing driver I
Every
feel is the same.
Yes. I mean, you got the really smart racers, which is like one, and then the rest of us.
And then the rest of us, which are just like, oh, I'm leading by 2 seconds. Let's keep pushing. Let's see if I can make it 5.
As Ricky Bobby used to always say, you ain't first, you're last. You got to keep going.
You gotta keep going. That's the extended version. uh, well, I don't even remember which driver it was, but it was the one NASCAR quote where, I'm not lifted till I see God or the checkered flag.
Oh, I'm a big NASCAR fan as well. And last year, it was at, I believe, Daytona, and it was a truck series racer. And they were asking him, what are you going to do for the next couple laps? And he's like, well, I'm going to put my foot to the floor, and I'm not lifting until I see the checker flag or God.
Yep, and that's Logan right now, just putting
Oh,
his
he
foot
is
down. 1 lap to
keeping it all
go.
together for this last lap.
One more lap, 1.3 seconds from Golden Drift. Is he going to be able to do the 2.6 miles of Mexico cleanly in this very tricky conditions? Goes over the curb hard, doesn't spin out. I've actually spun out at that curb one too many times to count.
Yeah.
Ooh, little slidey there from Golden Drift. He's pushing, trying to catch back up, but he just can't. Logan is putting down the hammer. 12 and a half seconds from P3.
Demeanator.
Wow.
Goodness.
Insane how fast these guys are going. You can see here I have the leader interval distance. From P1 to P3, there's a 12-second gap. You don't see that anymore until P6 to P7 with a 10-second gap. That is insane how these drivers are just pushing and pushing, keep going. Golden Drift gets another 3-second time penalty, and that's gonna be the end of his
There is no
of his
Logan
wanting.
just finished the race, bud.
Yep,
Just finish the race.
Just finish it, man. You don't have to do anything else.
You could keep it in first gear right now and finish, and it'd be fine. I mean, goodness.
You could keep it in first gear is crazy. Now Logan comes to the final quarter and he wins the race, giving us the shakes, and Golden Drift takes P2, settles in, and that's gonna be the end for the lead. Beavenator's gonna come home in P3 with no penalties. Very surprisingly, Bouncy on track in P4. He's gonna get moved down. Ferrari Nut gets upgraded to P4. Bouncy's gonna go down behind Edge, and that's gonna move Edge to P5. Bouncy now in P6. P7 is going to be Villeneuve, his teammate, and the car in between them is going to be Normbash, who is a lap down. Ron Swanson now going to come across in front of Tilla. Unfortunately for him, all the way down in P9, he's going to lose a lot of points in this championship. MB Jacobson coming P10, Hito in P11, Gary 5000 spinning out at the last corner, and Omarmo going up to P11 with penalties applied. Hito being our last point paying position. Wow, what a race we've had, Miller, and we've had a lot of time to process what just happened. Logan won the freaking race.
That was by far. I'm super happy I joined to commentate this race because that was insane. The battles, the spins, the crashes, the pit strategy, the setup controversies. Ah, I really enjoyed that. That was awesome.
100%. I cannot agree with you more. A fantastic race from all three of these guys in the podium. Meebinator getting that P3, and as we said, Ferrari nut in P4, absolutely astonishing. They're just fighting it out for every point they can. These guys have had one great race, and they're gonna be watching this stream to celebrate. Meebinator, congratulations on P3. Golden Drift, congratulations on P2. And Logan, I'm so happy to have seen you win this race, man.
Logan,
Congratulations.
good race. Good race.
I am going to go ahead and just run through this real quick. I'm not going to list out these names again, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go into the interview. You want to interview these guys?
Sure, I would love to.
All right, let's switch it over. And, oh, this just breaks every time. Makes sense. Okay. All right. Technical difficulties. Just gonna move you over here. All right. And now let's go ahead. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everything's going crazy. Oh. Okay. My app just no longer wants to work. Let's get these guys in here. Logan, Meeb, and Golden. Nope. Golden. Let's get these guys in here while we wait. All right. That was a good race. That was a really good race. What are you, a Ford? All right, Logan is already in here. You know what? We're gonna let this slide because normally we're just gonna let it slide. Oh, now we got both of us in here. Okay, never mind. Everyone's just joining the stream when they're not supposed to. Nah, I love you guys. It's okay. What the heck did I just do? Nope. Oh, okay.
Checking it. Check that engine.
Checking the engine. All right. Logan, do you want to unmute and say something?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure you were here before we started this interview. Welcome in. I hope you heard how much shit I was talking about you at the start of the race.
I didn't hear any of that. I just fucking walked in. All right? I didn't fucking hear any of that.
Look, I was talking all of this, how you were going to spit on the first lap, and then you come back to frickin' win the thing. I'm very happy you did, and I'm very proud of you because I know your driving style, and I know that was not an easy race for you. You want to run it down for me? Starting in P8?
Starting P8? I mean, knowing the rain's gonna come in like around lap 21 to lap 22-ish, I started in hards and just kept it consistent throughout the whole race. And tried to keep up with drift in the top two. That's pretty much what I wanted to do until the rain came.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Well, you locked in, you did what you needed to do, and that rain came basically right on time. You didn't pit, you did the right decision, and you came out on top. How was the final, let's say, 5 laps where Golden Drift was like a second back and you just needed to keep it together?
Just relaxing. I'm just trying to fucking keep him behind, but there's no problem at all. Totally.
That sounds about right. Miller, you got anything?
Yeah, I got one thing. Is like, how did you have so much confidence sending in that in turn 1? We watched you 4-wheel drift a couple times and hook it up. That was absolutely impressive. But how did it feel to send it into that first corner, 4-wheel drifting and holding on to it?
It was kind of a shit moment, but hey, we got it, Drew.
Yeah.
Tokyo shift that you turned them casually.
Hey.
It was a really impressive drive at the end on the wet. So I give good kudos to you on that one. That was impressive.
100%. I cannot agree more with Miller here, and congratulations on your win. Hopefully I'll see you next week.
First win.
First win?
It's not. Yeah, because I got DSQ'd when I run for Ferrari. Remember?
I do not, because I wasn't with you in Ferrari. But I do remember this as your first win now.
Yep.
Tier 2
Finally,
winner, by the way.
it took fucking maybe 3 seasons to get to this point.
Hey, 3 seasons is better than 5. I know Dutchy hasn't been able to get back to anything in a couple of seasons, so be proud. You did good. Anyways,
I'm so shaky from the win.
I am gonna go ahead and get Logan out of here and pull in. Let's do Meebinator. Let's get Meebinator in here. Meebinator.
Nader.
Can you hear us?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What a race. Run it down for me one time. How was that for you at the start? Just absolutely crazy. And then at the end, just kind of in your own world. Run it down for me.
Yeah, the first stint was just staying with the leaders, just trying to conserve my battery, run smart, get to pit stops. Got a little caught off guard with the rain because I thought it'd come a little bit later, but I had a dry setup on and the rain was just no fun, especially with
100%.
no assists. No
Yeah.
fun.
No assist, no wet setup. So you were just hoping for it to be dry the entire race, and I mean it did pay off. You got P3, but that end was just no real pace. I'm guessing, right?
No, nope. I just had no traction, just driving on ice.
Yeah,
I was just trying to avoid penalties, just
you did a good
if
job.
I
You're one of the only drivers in this race to not get a time penalty. So congratulations on that, Miller.
I don't really think I have any other questions. I will say one thing is like me and Meminator, we have raced together against each other a lot, and I will say it was very impressive that you didn't get a time penalty with your dry setup there. Actually, tell me how hard it was to hold on to that car on the wets with a dry setup.
Traction was pretty easy, but it was just under brake, just trying to manage the brake bias so the back end didn't kick out.
Ooh, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Especially into that third sector, I'm guessing, where it's just really slippery.
No, actually, beginning of sector 2, the first stadium section, kind of.
Ah, okay. So the
Yeah.
double right into the left.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
makes
because
sense.
there's been a lot of incidents there in the rain, so I was just trying to move my brake bias and avoid that.
Hey, you did a great job. No penalties. P3. Congratulations to you, sir, and I hope I see you next week.
Thank you. Good talking
Yeah,
to you.
good job, Meminator.
Thanks,
You had a
brother.
lot of pace.
Thanks.
Alrighty, and last but definitely not least, we're gonna have Golden Drift. How you doing, buddy?
Okay.
Well, we got to watch all through that race. We thought you were done for after you got your first time penalty, but actually, even with 9 seconds of penalties, you still came out in P2. Run it down for me. The start of that dry race, just keeping up and doing a great job, to be fair.
Honestly, my hard tire pace at the beginning was a lot better than what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to drop back a little bit, but it's just like an average like Mexico race for me with track limits. I just can't escape it.
Yep. Mexico track limits, they're inescapable. Same with like Australia and things like that. Either way, you did a really good job to keep that P2, playing smart, not really making any incidents this race. So good on you. How was that end of the stint? Were you running a dry or a wet setup?
Uh, high downforce dry setup.
Okay, so you were kind of in between. It didn't feel too bad, I'm guessing, to keep up with Logan.
It didn't feel terrible until I was just sliding all over the place.
Makes sense. Well, either way, you got a really good points finish, and hopefully we see you next week. Miller?
I don't think I have any other questions besides what you already asked because I was going to bring up at the end there. I saw you pushing really hard, trying to catch Logan. You had a brief moment there where I thought you were going to catch him for sure, but it's just that rain condition was pretty tricky. And I was watching you pretty closely. I mean, you had some good lines. It was just hard to keep that car underneath you. So I don't really necessarily have any questions. I just want to say good drive.
Awesome. Well,
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna leave you in here, Golden Drift. We're gonna do our outro. Do you want to say anything to stream?
Uh, hope to see everyone here next week.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching MRL's round 4 at Mexico. We'll catch you in tier 1.